on, guys? It's Karl here, back with another episode with the Huawei P30 Pro, shooting here in Paris, and all the hype around this guy is, of course, with the camera. P stands for photography, and we are in no better place to test this out. So the first camera on the back is the main 40 megapixel super spectrum sensor. Swaps out the traditional RGB sensor and changes that to RYYB, so shifting from green to yellow. That enables 40% more light and a crazy max ISO of 409,600. You don't even see that on high-end DSLRs, mirrorless cams, and we have that packed into a smartphone camera. The rest of the camera is a 20 megapixel ultra wide, my personal favorite, an 8 megapixel for all the portrait shots, and the new time of flight depth sensor. So that should really help with bokeh and those portrait shots, because I found in previous Huawei devices, those lines would always be a bit blurred. So we're gonna really look this time to see if they can make that better. That's enough of me rambling though. Let's get the rest of the footage on this cam and we will switch locations from Opera Man. The big thing on the P30 Pro, this is one of the world's first smartphones that has a zoom up to 50 times. It's almost nuts how versatile this guy can get. You've got the regular 5 times optical, 10 times hybrid, and of course 50 digital. I wouldn't say that 50 times is completely usable. It might be a bit more of a bragging right that Huawei can say that it has those numbers. If you don't have a mini tripod to hold your camera and to stabilize it, getting 50 times zoom is pretty tough. Using the 5 times optical though, or even the 10 times hybrid, is still completely usable. These are all of the shots. Really cool though to see how far you can start to zoom in and become a bit of a paparazzi. So portrait mode, this has been improved. That is the 4th camera that you see on the back. That is the time of flight depth sensor. Now with all the bokeh, the sharpness around the edges should be better. We've got people hanging around in the back, smiling. These are the portrait mode shots. And back again. It's been a long night, and as you can see, daytime again. Just landed down in Nice as my parents live here, so gonna say what's up to them, but to the night mode. I wouldn't say I got the same results as we saw in the keynote. Night mode is really a hit or miss sometimes, and maybe this is slightly better than the Mate 30. It sometimes just overexposes dark areas when it shouldn't, and sometimes I would honestly just pick the normal photos as opposed to the night mode. It's still nice though that you have the option to use night mode if you want to use it, and I took 1 or 2 pics with my Pixel 3, and I will say that the P30 was able to stand the test and was even better sometimes, so that's always a plus. I'm just not crazy about night mode in general across all devices. Maybe gonna stop rambling. I think I need some sleep, as 3 hours was not enough. To the new spot. So we are on the coast no better views, and my overall final thoughts of the Huawei P30 Pro's camera. I think the versatility and the features on this guy are unmatched. It does come with a couple worlds first. The zoom on it is just unmatchable in the smartphone scene. The color science on this guy is a bit different also. It's a bit warm, it almost looks a bit vintage looking. If you're not a fan, you can always color correct that, but for the average person, I'm not too sure if you're gonna do that. Just keep that in mind. Other things that I was a fan of was video stabilization. I thought that was really good because we have OIS and AIS, but you unfortunately cannot record at 4K 60, which is what I really wish for some of the slow-mo shots we had. But regardless, I still took some really awesome shots with this guy, and my personal favorite lens was still the ultra-wide. Curious though to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. Of course, we'll be testing this guy out against, say, the iPhone XS Max, the Galaxy S10 Plus, and the king, the Pixel 3 XL. Hope you guys enjoyed this video across a couple different cities in France, and hope to catch the rest of you in one of my next episodes or vlogs. Peace!